From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Ready to go.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Our DM is where all the weird lives.
Here we go. Once again, time to get into some of the DMs that y'all have been sending in to us.
Yes, Deepa, what do we have in the DMs today?
All right, this first one's a little bit feisty. I feel like this person is trying to start something. So they said, I have...
Yo, Roz.
Sorry, Roz. Sorry.
Already.
Right out of the gate, huh?
I know.
I was having a great
Out of
day
the
today, too.
This person said, I have the perfect way to settle the tension in the room, seeing as how Roz roast Shem all the time and Maury does not like Mocha. Tag team match.
Tag
Mocha
team
and
match.
Shem. Yeah, Mocha and Shem versus Roz and Maury, and Deepa is the referee to keep it even. Thoughts on this?
I have zero thoughts. I'm not
I think
partnering up.
this person's trying to start something.
Yeah, when you say there's only one way to settle this,
Yeah.
fight, right? That's not a way to settle. Like that's not like. First of all, it's never going to happen. Now we could talk about things hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk if this was a tag match, what the names and outfits of our tag teams would be.
Ooh, nice. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Already got
it's you and so it's Mocha and Shem. What would your name be, Shem?
Guyanese gangsters.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
no.
Wagwan with the
Okay.
wagwan.
All right. Maureen, do you have any thoughts on what you would? I was thinking.
Oh, I
like
that. My mind immediately went.
Wait a minute.
What?
It's a good thing I bleeped that, right?
No, I didn't say anything bad. I didn't say anything bad.
Oh,
what
what
did
is
I
I
say?
don't think it was bad.
I said. I mean, you can believe it if you want to, but there's
What
no
are you-
bad. There's no bad words in what I said.
What does it
What
mean?
part of the kid
Well,
are you
I don't know.
fiddling?
It's up to
Yeah.
interpretation. Okay, Maury, what do you have thoughts on our name?
My thought was immediately like Vanilla Ragers
Vanilla Ragers.
Oh, I like that.
First of all, Maury.
or
okay.
Vanilla Dipsticks.
Maury. Okay, listen, brother. Okay, we're living in 22 times. Okay, they can call themselves the Guyanese gangsters. That's totally cool. We cannot label ourselves white.
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't work that way.
and then flex immediately after, right? Like because it doesn't matter. Anything you say, like if you say Vanilla Rage, Maury, right? You boil that down, okay? You boil that sentiment down, those two words down. When you get to the top, this is like high art, creative, Vanilla Rage. When you get down to the very, very bottom of it, what that says is white power.
Oh, I got our name.
Okay, that's all it says.
I got our name. Couples goals.
No. Anyway, Maury's not even listening to me. I just did a whole thing.
Nice
Not even
try.
listening. Not
I
even
know.
listening.
He
Not
just
even
has all
listening.
these ideas for
Yeah,
names.
I know. Not even listening. Not even listening. Not even paying attention at all. Nothing.
What else we got, Deepa?
This next one comes from Anita. Anita asks, has Deepa had any supernatural things happen in her house since getting it blessed by the priest? I swear weird things started happening in my house since I listened to that episode of the podcast.
So now they think that because we talked about it on the podcast, that now because of that, now weird things are happening in their house?
Yes. So Deepa paid a priest to come to her house.
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
That's just
$200.
Facts.
And it was
Okay.
the priest was there for what, 3 hours?
Yeah, a couple hours just like reciting prayers, burning sage. And then I think it was the night after he came or 2 days after, we had one thing happen where my ring light that I use at home when we film and like we record the show, it turned on by itself. It wasn't plugged into the wall or anything. And we continued to burn sage in the house. That was the last thing we experienced. But I actually do believe that if this person listened to the podcast and things are happening in their house, it's like a correlation because if you like focus your energy.
Deepa,
Don't sigh. This is real.
It's real. Guys, it's
No.
real.
So you think what? Because like we were talking about it on the podcast, and then somehow it got through the podcast into this person's house, the bad energy
Well,
or whatever.
Okay, not like how. No, so it's like you attract energy that you put out there and you take in, right? So if this person is like focusing on this podcast and you're thinking about negative energy and ghosts, then the universe think that's what you want. So then they have.
Oh, guys, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. And for you to get from that point to that point, there's a lot of like suspending of disbelief here.
Okay.
Law of attraction.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
what I wanted to
basically,
say.
like no other weird stuff has been happening in your house since you had it blessed by a priest for $200 over the course of 3 hours.
No.
Okay,
no,
that's the
not,
answer.
but
Okay,
sorry
that's
about
the
that.
answer. That's the answer then. Right?
Okay, one more, Deepa, please.
Mel wrote in and said,
Mm-hmm.
you say that you and your hubby are huge Lewis Hamilton fans, but are you sure it's not just you? You seem to have a major crush on him. You get very giddy when you talk about Lewis Hamilton, and is the all cool with this? All right, admit, I have a little crush. on Lewis Hamilton. No, a little.
Do you not think? Do you not think though?
Lewis
Because you
Hamilton.
guys not that long ago, you took a long weekend, 2 days vacation off this show, drove to a different province with the hopes, not even a plan, but with the hopes of meeting Lewis Hamilton, and you did. You succeeded, but you dragged your husband like all that way so you could meet your crush.
No, he is a massive Lewis Hamilton fan. He's actually the one that like got me into F1. He was a massive Lewis fan. And the thing is, it's like there's a whole other reason why I get giddy, because Lewis Hamilton is the best race car driver of all time, like in the history of the sport, which is insane.
But he didn't win
He's
the
a
race.
fashion icon. No, that's because Mercedes is struggling this year, but
okay.
Lewis is still
Wait a
an
second. What do you
amazing
mean? What do you mean? The car is struggling?
Oh my God, Mercedes is not in good shape this year. They've been dominating for year after year after year.
But if you were
right?
the best in the world, you could win with any car, though, right?
Well, he came third in the race that I saw.
So you dragged
Yeah,
your
he's
husband to go and meet your
wonderful.
crush.
I did not drag. We met our hero together. We
Uh-huh.
took a picture with him together.
Uh-huh.
It was lovely.
The other reason why Deepa is so giddy is because not only did I think Lewis Hamilton's dog account Instagrammed a picture of Deepa with her husband and Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
And then not Lewis Hamilton. It wasn't on his account. What was the other account?
It
Mercedes
was.
account?
Lewis shared the picture of the three of us on his Instagram
Oh, on his
stories.
Instagram,
and
right?
then Mercedes, the team that he drives for, they
struggling
posted
team,
the
yeah.
picture of us. Mocha, they're doing fine. They're doing okay.
You said that they were struggling.
Okay, they're having
You
difficulties,
said,
but they're
yeah.
anything
I've
is
never
possible.
heard anybody say such bad things about Mercedes before. It's really
No!
weird. Yeah.
That's not true. You're taking my words out of context. They're doing great, but a little bit
You know
of
what they should do to help
struggle.
fix a problem?
Yeah.
They should burn sage.
Yeah. I'm sure.
maybe.
I'm sure.
Maybe,
I'm sure.
that's what it
I'm
is.
sure a priest at $200 an hour would fix Lewis Hamilton's problems right up, huh, Deepa?
Thank you for all of your DMs. Keep
Yeah.
coming in. We talk about them every day.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive.
Thank you, everyone, for all of the DMs that you send in to us every single day. We always gather them together and talk about them on the radio.
Deepa, what do we got in the DMs today? What are people asking?
REM wrote in and said, if you were going to sell your significant other, or if your significant other were to sell you on Facebook Marketplace, what would the ad description say?
Oh
This is
my
a fun question.
God.
Interesting.
It's fun.
Okay, sounds like
Yeah.
you've thought about this a lot. So if you were to sell your husband to Lol,
Uh-huh.
what would the description
Um,
read?
Yeah.
It would say, incredibly good looking, is a great cook, great sense of humor, very caring, and super easy to fall in love with.
Okay, then why are
That
you
sounds
selling
nice,
him?
right?
Yeah, he sounds great.
Well, because
Sounds great.
Ariam told me that if I were to sell him, what would it say? So that's what I was just answering a question, guys. Don't make me look
How
bad.
about not for sale?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
these
not for
great
sale.
qualities about him.
Yeah. Because I would. I
For
would.
me only.
Yeah, I don't know, but so that's what the for sale sign on your husband would read, right? Like that's what you would write that up.
Yes.
So how much would you ask
Yeah.
for him? Do you think? What would you list him as?
$1 billion.
No, realistically, you can't sell anything on Facebook Marketplace for $1 billion. Like, what do you
I
realistically?
don't know. I don't use Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, what do you realistically? He's young.
$2 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
Wow. Jeez, Deepa. That number, huh?
You guys, stop pressuring me to answer these questions. He's
Listen,
not for sale.
Deepa, you could have me here for a week, and I would never give you a dollar figure that I would sell Catherine for. Never.
Why do you do this to me?
Never.
You did this to yourself. You're the one that brought it up.
No,
Never.
We're literally like
Never. Look at Deepa. Good cook, good looking. Don't want him anymore. $2 million or
no,
best offer.
That's not true.
Wow.
You rhymed off that description
So
like,
fast.
quick.
Yeah, and listen, and you said some really lovely things about him, so I'm just shocked as to why you sell him like that.
No, I wouldn't. He's not for sale. Facebook Marketplace, no, you can't have him.
Okay.
Ariam, thank you for getting me in trouble.
Right, but you would. Right, listen.
Look at more is like me next. Me
What
next.
about?
I was going to say $300.
What about what?
Oh.
Deepa. What about for lease?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
Like a lease to own type
Yeah,
situation?
yeah. Maybe not a
No.
full sale, right? You know,
No.
they can't make payments. You assume the lease. No, you're not going to lease your husband.
No.
Rent.
No, I'm not.
No, okay.
Like per
No.
hour?
Okay,
He's
okay.
mine.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. I support that. I support that.
Deepa, would you like to move on to the next DM?
Okay, but are you guys going to answer?
No, I never would answer that
No,
question.
because I'm not
I never-
selling.
I-
I'm
I
not
never
putting
would
Jenna
answer that
for
question.
sale up on
You
Marketplace.
guys so much. Jeez. Why do you put me in these positions,
Deepa,
guys?
may we remind
What?
you,
Yeah,
you are the one that asked the question.
No, but somebody wrote in asking us this
Then don't read
hypothetical
it.
question.
Yeah, but you
But the difference is, Deepa, is that you had an answer in pocket for that question.
Because he's so wonderful. Like, I know what I'm going to say.
I know how
like,
wonderful
if-
he is. He's $2 million wonderful.
No, I said $1 billion, and then you said no, and then...
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
called
Anyway.
haggling. You started off as $1 billion, and I tried to get you
Stop!
down. So you dropped the price from $1 billion to $2 million.
No!
Like-
It's because you're pressuring me
Deepa.
to get an answer.
If we had another hour, your husband would be mine. I swear to God, for a couple $100. We'd be roomies, guaranteed.
Like $390
Yeah,
cash.
that's it, cash.
No, he's not for sale.
all right.
He's mine and
Okay,
only
no
mine.
problem.
Next
No problem.
DM, please, Deepa.
Well, Megan wrote in, said, every day I drive through Acton to get to work. While driving, I always pass this place called Roxy. Roz, do you own the establishment Roxy in Acton? And also, if you could open up any kind of business, what would it be?
So there is. I think that there. I don't know what that place used to be called, but I think that there's like a bar or restaurant called Roxy. That has nothing to do with me.
Acton, by the way.
yes, the little town that I grew up in.
That's right.
An hour outside of Toronto is where I grew up. No, it has nothing to do with me, and nor did it exist when I was there. So this is all just stuff that happened. Now, if I could own a business, like a small town business. There wasn't much when I was there when I was younger. Like I've said so many times, we didn't have fast food restaurants. We did not have a McDonald's. I was almost done high school by the time we got our first fast food place, which was a KFC. Right, we didn't have any of that. We had one stoplight, everything else. There was nothing. So the place you went to eat was the Sub Shop, and it was just an independently owned submarine sandwich shop. And they had all booths, and I used to love the subs that they made in there. It was so great. My other favorite place, and I don't even know if it's still there, but if it wasn't, I would buy the place and reopen it. Maybe every town had like maybe 2 Chinese food restaurants.
Yeah,
ours, the main one, was called the Royal Cafe. And what made the Royal Cafe special was not so much their Chinese food, although the Chinese food was good. What made the Royal Cafe special is they were a Chinese food restaurant that sold French fries.
Okay.
And they cooked the French fries in the same oil as the egg rolls.
Oh,
so you would go in and
delicious.
order a giant plate of fries, and they were French fries that had that delicious
man.
egg roll flavor to
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
that egg roll batter flavor, and they were legendary fries. That's what I remember from like going out for dinner growing up when I was a kid.
I can see you
was these-
opening up
these
like
French
a
fries.
like a diner.
Yeah, I would
Right?
love to. I would love to, but it's
You
a
already
lot.
have a
It's a
name.
lot of work, which is what
The Restaurant.
the Roz. That's your name, Maureen. Okay, I'm not calling something the Restaurant. Okay,
It's actually pretty good.
no, it's not, Deepa. Don't
Like,
encourage
you need to
this
open the
behavior.
place just for the name.
Yeah, and then fail, and then everybody could be like, Roz's Restaurant failed. Wonder why?
Hey, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you for all of your DMs. Keep them coming in because we talk about them every single day. Thanks, Deepa.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. I regret this already.
Couple of DMs to get through today, y'all. Talk about them every day. Love it.
Deepa, what do we got in the DMs today? What are people asking?
Okay, so the first question is, what made you all realize that the person you are with is the one that you wanted to marry? That's a nice question.
Because he stayed?
Oh,
Feel you,
Maury. Oh, that's
Oh,
heartbreaking.
Shem.
I feel you, Mo.
Oh.
No, Maury, you courted Matthew really hard, did you not?
You know, the interesting thing
Didn't
is...
you go to like his place of work and just wait outside for him and stuff?
No, I was there for an event, but then I stayed late and tapped him on the shoulder. And my first words ever were, tap, tap, tap. Are you Matthew?
Ew.
You actually said tap, tap, tap?
No, I didn't say tap, tap. I was doing it so you knew I tapped, tap,
Did you not believe that he would? Because that totally sounds like a Maury thing.
Totally
Right?
does.
Like when he's actually, like Maury's the guy that when he's tapping you, he's literally saying, tap, 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 tap.
Okay, so you said tap, 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 are you Matthew? And he turned around and said,
He said yes, and then I said to him, I'm like, okay, I'm leaving now. I'm going home. And he was like, okay.
Wait a second. We walked up to a total stranger and said, hey, just so
No,
you
it
know,
was
I'm
like
leaving.
he was running the media, like he was running the press room.
Yeah.
But I've seen him around. Like I've seen him. Interestingly enough, the guy he was dating lived 2 floors down from me in the apartment building.
Right.
So I used to see him in the elevator all the time, and then I also saw him at his workplace at events.
But that day, the tap, 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 are you Matthew? I'm leaving.
Yeah.
That date, were you talking to him at all, like throughout the event?
No.
So your very first set of words to him
Was tap, 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 are
was
you
tap,
Matthew?
tap, tap, are you Matthew? Yes, I am. Okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah, and then I emailed him the next day going, it was really nice to meet you. I enjoyed our conversation. Do you want to go for dinner?
The one-sided conversation.
And then, but that did lead to dinner, though.
Yeah, and 15 years together.
No, hold on. You're
Hey.
skipping some stuff
Oh,
here,
yeah.
Dan Maury. You are skipping some stuff,
I'm
brother.
skipping lots, yo.
You're skipping some stuff.
I'm always like, don't ask for the
Like
details.
the first time he came over, I was still in the I said, hey, come on over. I'll leave the bathroom door open, or sorry, I'll leave the front door open, and I left the bathroom door open. I was still in the shower, so just make yourself at home. And he started taking down all of the autographed pictures I had on the wall and started cleaning, like day one.
The first time he came to your house, he started rearranging?
Yeah.
Wow.
That says a lot.
And that's how I knew he was the one.
Yeah, because he just like cleans up all your garbage. Right?
And 15 years later, there's
Jesus.
nothing left.
No.
Oh,
Did you know
man.
that Deepa, when Matthew came over, he not only did he see pictures on the wall that he didn't like, but Maury also had cats, and Matthew cleaned those out too?
What?
Matthew said,
Oh,
it's-
no.
He said, oh my God, he said, it's me or the cats. And I'll never forget, we put them in the containers and brought them to the Humane Society.
Oh, my God.
Their names were Marvin and Sonic.
Yeah, Marvin and Sonic. Yeah, poor little
I hope
guys.
they're okay. Oh, my goodness.
They're long gone by now.
That's
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe they're just real lonely. Like all these years.
Yeah, tap, tap, tap. Y'all lonely?
Yeah. Tap, tap, tap. You're leaving. They probably heard you got a dog and made like a big showy deal out of it and everything like that. Right? Yeah. So anyway, so that's how Maury knew that Matthew was the one.
Deepa, when did you know that Thalal was the one?
So we knew each other since we were kids, like 12 years old, but we started dating when we were in university. And I want to say it was like a year into dating. We actually had a conversation. We're like, yeah, I think that we are now going to start working towards marriage. And the thing was, we were young. We were like 18 or 19 at the time. But what was just so different about him is like guys at that age, they're like just interested in like physicality and like, oh, you're attractive and that's all there is. But with him, it was so different. Like we would just sit for hours and hours, like 6 hours at a time and just like have these really in-depth conversations. And he took such good care of me as like a 19-year-old guy. And I know you guys haven't met him yet, but he is like the sweetest, most genuine person who just brings joy into a room. So like after spending a year with him, I was like, he's the one.
Aww.
And yeah, and that's how it worked. Yeah, I love him so much. So I'm glad
Roz,
it worked out.
When did you know Catherine was the one?
That's a super long story. There's been a couple of different times, right? One time I'll tell you, one time where like something clicked, where it was just a sort of feeling that I had never had before, which was she was going out with friends, and when you're sort of like dating somebody and it's still very new, when you're at home and they go out, your brain automatically goes to like the worst places, right? You're like, oh God, there's going to be other dudes there's going to be all this stuff. And so you would worry and you would have those thoughts in your head, and they were awful. And the one time Catherine was going out with friends, she was out with friends, and I remember sitting there thinking, I was all in my own head, but I wasn't thinking who's she with, what's she doing, who's there. The only thing I was thinking about was I was just hoping she was having fun, right? And it was that moment where I was like, where I just wanted the best for her, regardless of all the other stuff.
Sure.
Where none of that other stuff even mattered, right? So that was like one little tiny moment where, because there has been a bunch of like different steps in our sort of relationship when we started out, but that was like one moment where I realized that that I cared for her differently than I had cared for any other woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I knew like almost right away that Jenna was my person.
Right.
Like I asked her a month after we started dating to move in with me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I just knew. I don't know. Like I just having so many conversations, and we hung out like almost every single day from the time we knew we were interested in one another, and just conversations. And she's like the sweetest person. And I just thought she was like dynamite smoking hot, and I just wanted to be with her all the time. And I, wanted her to meet my family and hang out with my friends. I just wanted to be with her like all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is like I know for a fact she's my person. And I would love to marry her one day.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew
That
right
quick.
away.
Sham, look, we ran out of time, buddy. Sorry, man.
Oh,
Well, listen, I'm
We're
trying
all
to say,
in love
no.
except for Maury.
We could just
and
moved
Shem.
on, man.
That's what I said. We're moving on. I'm sorry we don't have time for
I don't
your
need
love
an
story.
apology. I don't need an apology.
Okay, you just want me to like not
Ignore me.
Okay, sorry.
Tap, tap, tap. Yo,
Sorry.
Shem, it's Roz. Pretend I'm not here. Yeah, this has been so much fun. Thank you for all your DMs. Keep them coming in. We'll get to them one day.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Things get weird in 3, 2, 1.
Time to find out what you guys want to know in the DMs.
Deepa, what do we got in the DMs today?
All right. First question comes from Jordan. Jordan says, I'm pretty sure this is a Guyanese thing, but have you, Mocha, Deepa, and Shem, tried cream soda in milk? It might sound disgusting, but it is absolutely delicious, and I would highly recommend it if you haven't tried it.
Yes.
Have you guys had this
My
before?
mom used to do it back in the day. Was it with, correct me if I'm wrong, Shem, but it's with Coronation milk, right?
Coronation milk, yeah.
Yeah, you mix
or
that.
condensed milk.
Condensed milk,
Yep.
yeah, and you mix it with cream soda. Oh my God, it's so good. Do you know this, Deepa? Your parents never did this?
I've heard of it, but I've never tried it
Does
on
it
my
have
own.
a-
But
does it
like,
have a
what's the
name?
ratio?
Does it have a name?
No, as far as I know, it does
No?
not
I think
have a
so.
name. Or at least if it does, my mom never used it around us at home.
It's not like the Tommy Flogger?
No, it's
No?
not that.
So if she wanted to offer you one, how would she say that? Like there must have been a way to call it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
No, like, do you want like a cream
Fizzy
soda
milk?
with
Would you call it fizzy milk?
fizzy milk? No.
First of all, I'm okay.
No, you know what?
Let's not head too deep into the world of fizzy milk.
Yeah.
Okay. No, thank you.
It sounds too close to fuzzy milk.
Nah, it sounds too close to a lot of other things too. Okay, let's.
I don't know if there's an actual name for it, but no, if she wanted to offer some up, she would just say, like, do you want some cream soda with condensed milk?
Ugh, that thick fizzy milk. Ugh.
Ew.
No thanks.
What else you got today, Deepa?
Thanks. No.
Yuli says, hi, Roz and Mocha. I've been listening to your show for the past 4 years. I'm a big fan. I love all of you, including Maury. And I listened to you for 3 years without knowing how you guys looked. With your voice only, I built my own characters of you all. And I have to confess that my expectation was higher than the reality. What the frick, Yuli?
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Said
makes-
after seeing you on Instagram and listening daily, I started to love how you guys actually look. This is horrible.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah. So I just want to know, what did he think we were supermodels? Like, I don't understand what his expectations of us was actually like.
Did you write and ask what he thought?
No, because I was low-key offended and hurt. So I don't know if I want to continue a conversation with Yuli, but I wanted to let the rest of you know.
I
he was
wonder though
disappointed
which
in your
was the
looks
which
as well.
was the one that disappointed the most. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Great
sure
Should
sure
we
he
vote?
had I'm sure he had something in his head from all of us. And you're gonna go through a couple of like, oh yeah, I didn't know. This is how we look like. I didn't know. This is how we look. But one person really set this guy off, where he said, my expectations were just way off. Disappointment. I don't know who that was.
On the count of 3, say a name. 1, 2, 3.
Deepa.
Maury. Oh. Me?
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. Please explain. What is it about me?
Because here's
that
the
you
thing.
thought-
Here's the thing is that Maury's never like pumped himself up, and we've never been like, oh my God, Maury's so gorgeous. Like Maury, like you're not going to build a fictitious person in your head, Maury, where he looks like Ryan Gosling. Like it's just not going to happen.
I was told that my
Good.
voice sounds a lot sexier than I look.
Don't have to let me answer that question. There's no way. That may be right there the most dangerous question ever asked, right? Because I'll tell you, if I say I agree, you know what happens? 9 times a day my phone rings and all I hear is hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yo, facts.
Hi. No, I'm gonna say, Maury, that you look more attractive than you sound.
What do you mean?
See, this
Oh,
is what
yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
sound weird,
right?
creepy,
Is
man.
that Batman?
Can you reach out? What's the person's name? Yuli?
Yeah.
Yuli.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you-
Yeah, I can follow up.
Ask
Yeah.
Yuli who ruined it for everybody.
Uh-huh.
And if he
Okay.
says me, then we move on,
But-
okay?
Okay.
Then
And I don't read it on
no,
air.
don't read it on air.
Okay, Deepa, we have time for one more, please.
This one says, "Hey Roz and Mocha, I just want to say a massive thank you. I listen to your podcast every single day, and on the podcast, when I listen to it, it has really kept my mind off of all of the bad things that my wife and I are going through. Oh,
no.
You guys really put a smile on my face, and I can't thank you enough."
No, don't know what you're going through, but oof, it sucks. All of that sucks. Anytime somebody says we're going through some stuff, it's never good.
Yeah.
Right? It's just always awful, and you just want them to get through it, and you want them to come out on the other side. And if anybody says that any part of this show helps them get through anything like that, it is the greatest compliment that we could ever receive. So
Yeah.
we're thinking about you, and we hope you get through it.
Sending you lots of love. Thank you, everyone, for
Unless
all
one
of
of
your...
you cheated.
Oh no! Oh no! Let's not go down that rabbit
Shem
hole.
already suspect right now.
I know. Uh-huh.
Keep the DMs coming in. We talk about them every day. Thanks, Deepa.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive.
All right, what do you want to know? What do you want to know? DM Deep Dive time.
What do you got in the DMs today, Deepa?
All right, so someone wrote in and asked, has Deepa ever used a Ouija board as a kid since she's into ghosts? No, I haven't. I don't think I would want to be around one. I would never physically hold one.
I did it.
Yeah, Maury
You
and
did?
Matthew
How
did
was it?
Yeah.
What was it
Deepa,
like?
you and I need to do this, okay, for Halloween. Can I say
No,
that?
no, I don't want to do it. What did you guys experience?
Well, it moved around and stuff.
But weren't you
We
scared?
asked
Or did
questions
you
and
think
it said
that?
yes or no? Oh, I was terrified. Matthew didn't believe it.
Why? Yeah.
But that's
see,
why I have
that's
to
the
do
thing
this
is,
with you.
I agree.
No, I feel like that's inviting energy that I don't really need. So I would never touch one. I would never do it. But I'm
Would
glad,
you be in a
Maury, you
room
had
if somebody
experience.
else was touching it? That sounded weird.
No.
No, this whole conversation sounds weird. I touched it and it moved. I'm not touching it. Would you be in a room if somebody else was touching it? I don't want that kind of energy around me. But you don't have to touch it.
isn't-
I'll touch it. Okay?
No.
Deepa, what if we did it at
Okay.
work?
What if it was what if you just your fingertips at work? Exactly. What if you touched it with only your
No.
fingertips at work?
In a dark room.
Yeah.
And if you don't want, if you're nervous, we can give you some privacy as well.
No.
Okay.
I'll pass. I will not be
Okay.
touching.
Okay, let's
Okay.
next
Okay.
DM,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
Let's just move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mocha, I sent you a clip for this.
Oh, you did?
Rishi wrote in and said, "Hey Deepa, saw this video of a guy explaining the pattern of how to mow a lawn. I was wondering what pattern Roz uses when he's mowing his lawn. And P.S. I've been listening to you all since I was 13. I'm now 25 years old, and I love you all. And Roz is my favorite."
Oh, nice.
Wonderful. Thank you for that.
Oh, yo, this guy in this video, he's
Yeah.
straight up dad mode.
Okay.
Pattern you should mow your lawn. It's important to change it each time so your lawn doesn't continue to grow the same direction over and over. Let me show you. Start by making 3 complete passes around the outside of your yard to create a border. Then start mowing in nice straight parallel lines. Last time I mowed this lawn, I did it in a vertical pattern, so this time I'm doing a 45-degree angle. But if you really want to impress your neighbors when you're all done, reverse your direction 90 degrees and mow it in a crosshatch pattern. Really makes the lawn look great.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's not wrong, right? He's not wrong. I do double wides or sometimes triples on mine.
Which is?
So you know how you get lawn stripes?
Yep.
And his lawn stripes are the width of his mower, where my one stripe going down is 3 widths of my mower, and then the one coming back up is 3 widths of my mower.
Gotcha.
So the way that I do it is I go down and then around the lawn, the whole way around the lawn. Then I go down again. Then I go around the lawn the whole way. Okay. And then I go down again and then up. And then I go down the original and then up a second time and then down the original a third time and then up again. And then I start going down and then I start redoing. Basically, I go over every time I mow a stripe, I go over that stripe 3 times because I have to.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Right. So it takes me, so if I just did what he did to mow my lawn, it would take me about, I could do it in like an hour 10. To do my thing, if I'm doing double or triples, it takes me an extra like 45 minutes.
Woo,
yeah. And it adds some time, but whatever. It's my lawn. I'm out there. I'm having fun. I'm in the sunshine. Right. But yeah, he's okay. He's okay. That guy's okay. He's okay. I love his enthusiasm.
Wow.
I like his enthusiasm. His lawn is fine. His lawn is fine. It's
He's
fine.
okay, but he's not Roz.
Everyone in the comments just like, yo, thanks, Dad. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, he's good though. But he's right though. You have to change up the direction that you lay it down. Otherwise, it'll stay like that.
Hey, that's what she said. Yo, thank you for all of your DMs. Keep coming in. We talk about them every single day.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.